Hey everyone, just putting in a quick reminder to follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I also wanted to run something by you all. Considering how long it takes me to make videos sometimes, especially when it's games I'm trying to review, I was thinking about doing a weekly stream. And my idea was maybe having the streams focus on me clearing all the games in my Steam library, as it's getting really bad here. Maybe call it The Road to the End of My Backlog. Might have to workshop that one. Anyway, let me know what you all think, and I hope you all enjoy the video. These fanboys are going to push me to an early grave, I swear to Christ. Has anyone else noticed how toxic PlayStation fanboys have been getting over the years? I mean, back in 2016, the worst you had was JTech, and he was the outlier. But now it seems every other fanboy I run into, be it on Twitter or on YouTube, is a raging Sony pony. The video we're going to be looking at today is from a YouTuber called Anthony Olan Tech. Because, as we all know, if you put tech in your name, then you must know what you're talking about, right? And yes, I know Griffin Gaming and Photographer Plays already covered this video, but fuck it. It needs a little crab anger if you ask me. But, before we dive in, I want to bring this little gem to attention in his description.
This video is a parody and is for the purpose of sharing the emotions of the gaming community may be feeling.
Okay, so I've already seen the video, and I don't know, something tells me this parody angle isn't going to hold up once we inspect it. And please, Anthony, you are the last person who can tell what the gaming community is feeling. Unfortunately, I am out of alcohol, so I will be going through this sober. Yep. Stone cold sober. Anyway, let's begin. Dude, come on. Really? You're gonna film this in your car? Where's your passion? I thought this was an angry rant, not a food review vlog. Now, before we continue, let me ask you all something. Does this face look like a man getting ready to make a parody rant? I don't know, buddy. You're looking a little peeved, if you ask me.
Okay, I had all day to make this video, and I knew I was going to make it. But I had some shit to do, so I couldn't make the video earlier, so I'm making it now.
So, this is a video you wanted to make all day, but didn't have time. Okay, then that means you must have thought long and hard about how you want to address the issue. Make sure your arguments hold up, have some relevant data ready, right? If so, then yeah, vlog it in your car if you want. I bet you'll have some fantastic points in this video.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Sue me. I don't know why exactly I'm upset about this. I really don't care at all.
Are you sure about that?
Oh boy, my favorite defense. This means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care at all. I have no fucks to give. I know exactly what this means. It means you're insecure and unsure of your position. So you believe if you can get people to think that you don't care, then you're in the clear. Well, I got news for you, buddy. Not to mention, if you truly didn't care, this video wouldn't exist. You see, people don't make rants and videos about things that are indifferent to them. It's usually the opposite. They care a lot. Which is why some fan bases can get overwhelmingly vocal, especially about things that dissatisfy them. Humans are passionate creatures, much like us crabs, although we have more vitriol on average. But something tells me you're going to outpace me in that category.
About the fact that Microsoft has purchased Bethesda, I really don't care. But it needs to be said anyway. You know that people are out there who have these kind of negative opinions on it. So it just needs to be said. How do you justify purchasing a developer to be exclusive to your console and you're paying them $7 billion, right? Not million, $7 billion to have Bethesda games only on your console? This tells me that Xbox and Microsoft are desperate because they can't do shit right with their console. Their company is failing compared to Sony. They can't get anything done right.
I mean, Microsoft definitely got backwards compatibility right with their console, especially since in addition to the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita stores shutting down, Someone on Twitter recently discovered that the CMOS battery for the PS4 dies, you will be unable to play not only your digital games, but your physical games as well. According to this article by VideoGamesChronicle.com, the Twitter user Forrest, for which I will leave a link to the thread in the description, removed the CMOS battery to test out how well the PS4 would keep games preserved. Upon removing said battery, he discovered he couldn't play any games offline without connecting to the Sony servers, be it physically or downloaded. Now, of course, these batteries can be replaced. But consider this. When, not if, when Sony decides to shut down the PlayStation Network eventually, this issue could lead to over 115 million PS4 consoles being unable to play any games. The reason this error even occurs is apparently because the trophies on PS4 require the internal system clock to be correct. Mainly so users can't change their date and time to make it look like they earned trophies earlier than normal. In other words, once that internal clock gets fucked, you will also be fucked. Fucked out of playing your games. But besides backwards compatibility, Microsoft also seems to be making pretty good headway with Xbox Game Pass, which is a pretty damn good deal if you want access to a ton of games for a low price. I guarantee you, if I was a kid, my parents would have gotten Game Pass for me as opposed to buying me the games I want at full price. So, let's not pretend Microsoft can't do anything right, okay, Anthony? Your Sony bias is showing. As for justifying the purchase and the possibility of making Bethesda games exclusive to PC and Xbox, well, there is no justification. I find it quite scummy when companies like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo buy previously third-party studios and make their games exclusive to their platform. And if they do lock PlayStation users out of the next Doom or Fallout or God forbid the next Elder Scrolls, you can bet your ass I will be there to call their asses out. I try to be consistent with my viewpoints and principles. Can you say the same?
Okay, the original rumor was that Microsoft was trying to secure WB games, which possibly could have meant that if that went through, Mortal Kombat would have been exclusive to Xbox, the Middle-earth games would have been exclusive to Xbox. But the fact that they got Bethesda is hilarious to me, because who the fuck is buying an Xbox to play Bethesda games, honestly? Unless you love first-person RPG games.
Now, I don't know about all of you, but I gotta say, my favorite first-person RPG games from Bethesda have gotta be The Evil Within, Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake. Oh man, what fantastic first-person role-playing games.
You serious?
The only RPG games they really have is Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Prey, and Dishonored. And you can play the Elder Scrolls and Fallout in third person.
No one is buying your console. Nobody, okay? You don't have any reason to buy an Xbox right now or ever at that point. You have no exclusives.
You do realize there is more to buying a console than just the exclusives, right? If you're someone who has been playing Xbox games since the OG or even the 360, you're not going to switch over to PlayStation and lose all the games you own just because one or two exclusives catch your interest. Especially if the latest Xbox will allow you to play all your old games with little to no issue. What if all your friends are on Xbox? That's where I bought a PS5, because PlayStation is where my friends are. And can we please stop with the Xbox has no exclusives argument? They literally just had Forza Horizon 4 release. Just because their exclusives are games you don't like or care about, doesn't mean they don't have any games. Unless you're talking about games coming to Steam, which in that case means PlayStation lost a good deal of exclusives with the release of Horizon, Death Stranding, Days Gone, Kingdom Hearts on the Epic Games Store, and if the rumors are true, y'all are about to lose Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Bloodborne, and Spider-Man. I mean, hell, I know people who straight up don't like PlayStation exclusives because they have little to no variety compared to Xbox and PC. Where are the FPS games, Sony? Where are the turn-based exclusives? Crash Bandicoot 4 is probably the most refreshing exclusive they have because it isn't yet another cinematic third-person action-adventure game with stealth elements.
So why bother paying Bethesda, a company which doesn't have a huge success rate? It has a good success rate, but not a huge one.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
The fuck do you mean they don't have a huge success rate? I don't think there is a single game they released so far that had been considered a financial failure apart from Fallout 76. And even that game sold pretty well at release on the Fallout name alone.
You're gonna pay them $7 billion and they may not be able to deliver on what they can promise? Look at Fallout 70 shit.
Name another game. Because Doom Eternal sold pretty fucking well, and even though I hate this game, Elder Scrolls Online is becoming more popular every day.
Remember that game? Failed, okay? You remember Todd Howard? How is he still around? How is Todd Howard still in charge of Bethesda?
Because apart from Fallout 76, he was the lead on every other Bethesda-made Fallout and Elder Scrolls game. I don't know if you know this, but one bad product doesn't mean the person heading that product deserves to be fired. And let's be clear, I don't really like Todd Howard. I find him to be a grifter, considering how well he sold people on Fallout 76. But I don't think he deserves to lose his job over one bad game in the roster of other great titles his studio has put out.
It makes no sense. And you look at Sony, when they acquired Insomniac Games, they paid Insomniac Games, I believe it was like $300 million, okay?
That's because Insomniac Games is a much smaller studio with less industry-impacting titles. I'm sorry, I like Insomniac, but their games are nowhere near the powerhouses Elder Scrolls and Fallout are. Also, weren't you condemning Microsoft for buying Bethesda and potentially locking out PlayStation users out of their games earlier? Why aren't you condemning Sony for doing the exact same thing? This is why it's important to think hard about your arguments, because with contradictions like this, it's hard to take you seriously. And let's be real too. If it was Sony who bought Bethesda, you would be singing their praises non-stop for this move. You're a hypocrite, Anthony, and not a very smart one.
Which is a lot of money, but it's nothing compared to $7 billion. And they were smart to get Insomniac because they got the Ratchet and Clank games, they got Spider-Man. They got Spider-Man!
Hey everybody, they have Spider-Man! Spider-Man, everybody! That's what Insomniac has! Take that, Phil Spencer, you RPG-loving beta cuck!
Okay? Who's gonna buy an Xbox to play another Elder Scrolls game, to play another Doom game, to play another bullshit Fallout game?
Bruh, do you have any idea how massive these franchises are? Doom literally revolutionized the FPS genre, Fallout is everyone's go-to post-apocalyptic RPG series, and the Elder Scrolls is so fucking popular. Todd Howard managed to sell Skyrim more than 5 times across 5 different consoles, all at full price. You really say you're speaking for the gaming community, yet you have no idea just how big a deal the next Elder Scrolls being exclusive to Xbox is. For fuck's sake, Todd Howard just showed a title card for the Elder Scrolls 6, and people lost their fucking minds. The mere mention of a new Elder Scrolls game is enough to get the gaming community harder than a Ninja Gaiden Black no death run. These games are so popular that they're still using the creation engine from Oblivion because they know people will buy them regardless.
They're gonna want PlayStation, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man.
You don't speak for anyone but yourself. Stop pretending otherwise.
All the other Sony exclusives that they've been having for years, and you guys still have nothing.
I mean, Sony seems to have forgotten about the majority of their exclusives these last couple gens. What happened to Jak and Daxter, Infamous, Starhawk, Killzone, Resistance, Little Big Planet, Fat Princess, Patapon, Twisted Metal? And that's just off the top of my head. I'm certain there are other games I'm forgetting. Once again, stop saying Xbox has no exclusives. They still have Halo, Forza, Gears, Crackdown, ReCore, Quantum Break, Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive, which is an Insomniac title, by the way, and plenty of others. It sounds like you just like one template of games. The Sony template. Which is fine, everyone has their preferences. But it doesn't mean the competition doesn't have any games. It just means they don't have any games you are interested in. Although, based on how you simp for Sony in this video, something tells me that if the list of exclusives were reversed, you would still condemn Xbox, because fanboys don't simp for games, they simp for corporations. Probably the most pathetic thing you can simp for, honestly.
You guys have nothing.
Oh, what's wrong, Anthony? Why did you stop screaming? Were you getting weird looks from people in the parking lot? You know you could have just recorded in your house, right? Or is the car your house?
You guys are paying this company all this money so that you can try to get exclusives. And there was a rumor that said because Microsoft purchased Bethesda, not every Bethesda game that releases will be exclusive to Microsoft. They said some games will come to other consoles.
What do you guys think that guy walking his dog is thinking? Seeing some guy in his car late at night absolutely losing his shit? Just keep walking, buddy. There's nothing good for you here.
That is complete bullshit. What company is going to say, hey, you know, we paid you $7 billion to have you work for us, but you can still make a couple of games for PlayStation and Switch. It's okay. No, that's not going to happen.
Do you know how business works? Okay, let's say they do still make games for PlayStation and Switch, which I hope is the case. You realize that's just more money Microsoft will be making, right? The sales on PlayStation and Switch won't just go to Bethesda and no one else. This is why companies are starting to port their console exclusives to PC, so they can make more money. And $7 billion for a company is a lot, but I guarantee you, it will be a positive investment within a few years.
It's not. If it does happen, then Microsoft is fucking stupid, okay?
Casting stones in glass houses, Anthony.
Because if you're paying a company like Bethesda $7 billion, you clearly are telling them every game you make is for us only.
Once again, you seem to have no idea how investing in business works. It also seems you have a tenuous grasp on what Microsoft is as a company in general. You do realize Microsoft does more than video games, right? Okay, I'm gonna try and let this video play out as we are nearing the end of it, and I'm nearing the end of my rope.
No one else, everyone else can eat a fucking dick, okay? And everyone is trying to defend Microsoft and how they have all these games they can play. I remember a couple years ago, Microsoft announced all these developers they had who was working on the new Xbox games. All these developers that they were working with. And yet they have nothing.
Okay, no, I can't let this one slide. The utter retardation that just spewed out of his mouth is begging for the sweet kiss of a bullet. I don't know if you know this, Anthony, and I get it. You have the mental capacity of a brain-dead housefly. But making video games takes time. The studios are working. Just because they aren't bombarding you with the same footage and info every month doesn't mean nothing is being worked on. I mean, apart from Demon Souls, which is a remake, mind you, what exclusives does the PS5 have right now that isn't on PS4? Godfall?
What's up, another Halo? No one cares about Halo anymore.
Oh yeah, because Halo was such a massive flop when it came to Steam, huh?
Are you stupid or something?
Gears of War? Nobody plays Gears of War. Forza? I love Forza. I'll give them that. Forza's great. But people are getting tired of Forza anyway.
And I'm getting tired of listening to invalids like you make poorly thought out arguments. And yet here we are.
What games are there to play on Xbox? Oh, but we still have Cuphead. It's also on Switch, motherfucker.
And Horizon Zero Dawn, Death Stranding, Days Gone, Kingdom Hearts, and even The Last of Us, thanks to PlayStation Now, are all on PC. In fact, every Sony exclusive on PS Now is playable on PC. Guess that means PlayStation's got no games as well. And seriously, dude, you need to calm down. You're getting so angry for such a non-issue. Take some Valium. Hell, smoke a bowl if that'll mellow your ass out. I'm supposed to be the vitriolic one here.
Oh, well, Minecraft is good on Xbox. Minecraft is so accessible on every console out there. I can get Minecraft on my dick, okay?
Nah, something tells me your dick isn't big enough to handle Minecraft.
You can't justify buying an Xbox except for Game Pass, which is a great deal. But the other thing about that is, while there is a lot of games on Game Pass, who is really buying a console just for Game Pass and just to play games that, while it is free on the Xbox with Game Pass, it is also accessible on the other consoles?
Game Pass isn't free, you manatee. No one said it was free. It's just insanely cheap for the deal you're getting. Then again, I bet you're one of those people who thinks PlayStation Plus games are free, aren't you?
And then another argument I heard is the new Xbox is much more powerful than the PS5. Is it really though? Is it really though? It's not that much powerful. You're not going to see that much of a difference when you're playing a game in 4K on PS5 compared to the new Xbox. So why bother paying Bethesda all this money when it may not even succeed?
Because despite your little fantasy, Bethesda is a huge company with an enormous catalog of games that consistently sell. If people want to play Bethesda games and don't want to shell out money for a PC, they will buy an Xbox. I seriously don't understand how you're not getting this. Are you okay?
The new Elder Scrolls may not even be that good. It's gonna be an overhyped piece of shit. Okay? And I don't think anyone is excited to play another Fallout after you fucked up Fallout 76. I don't think anyone wants a third Dishonored. I think people are pretty much doomed out already. They don't want another Doom.
Speak for yourself, Jabba.
It's over, okay? Xbox, you have no games, you have no exclusives, you have no developers who are willing to put in the work to give you quality exclusive titles. You don't have it. Just give up as a console. Give up. It's over. It's over.
The only thing over is this dogshit video. Jesus Christ, that took way longer than it should have to get through. Anthony Olan Tech, you have no idea what you are talking about, and have the argumentation of a chimpanzee slinging its shit to get its point across. Not only are you just factually wrong in most parts of this video, but you were so mad that you decided to fall back to the classic "it's just a parody" excuse to try and quell the backlash you were getting. Well, it didn't work. Anyone who watched this video can tell you were being 100% genuine, and it was a pathetic display. Anyway, show's over. I'm going to go finish the post MSQ for Shadowbringers, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.